Welcome to CrashMagic. Today we're going to look at the card trick called Queens Together, or sometimes Sisters. So here's the card trick that I like to call Sisters. Okay, I'm just going to go through and pull out the red queens for you. There's one. And there's the other one. So those red queens are for you, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to start dealing off from the pack onto the table like that, and at any point you want you can put one of your red queens face up on top at any point there. Okay, so there's your card, and then we're going to do the same again. So again, I'll deal down onto the table at any point you want. If you put your red queen face up on top there, or one more, okay, and now you've put your red queen on top. Right, I'm not going to mess with those cards. I'm not going to handle them in any way. I'm not going to shuffle them or manipulate them. Let's just go through though and see where you put your red queens into the pack. Obviously you could have put them at any point. It was a free choice of where you put them. Just looking through, there's the first one. Now I'm going to do this really carefully. I'm going to take your red queen out, and I'm also going to take out the card that it's facing as well. I'm going to do that as fairly as I can, and then if we find the other one as well, there we go, there's the other one. So again, I'm going to take that out with the card that it's facing really carefully and put the rest of the pack there. Now you had a free choice. You could have put those red cards at any point into the pack as I was dealing, but you decided to put them there. And as I said at the start, this trick is called Sisters, and you're using the two red sisters for this trick, but of course in a pack of cards there's 4 sisters. So here's how you can perform that trick that I've just shown you, Queens Together or Sisters. It's a really nice trick, very easy to do, very easy to learn as well, and it's I think it's quite a nice effect. There's just a simple setup, very simple setup that you need to do for the trick. So the setup is you need a black queen on the bottom and a black queen on the top. Now there's obviously a few ways that you can create this setup. So you can either just put them there, have the pack of cards, and then go straight into the trick. To make it a little bit more convincing, like I did in the performance, you could have them set up like that already, but then do some sort of fake shuffle or fake cut to keep them in place. So with this one I'm going to do a riffle shuffle. We've got the queen on the top of that pack and the queen on the bottom of that pack. So all we need to do is riffle, let the one on the bottom hit first, then we can start interleaving the cards, and then make sure the queen on the top ends up on the top as well. So it looks to the spectator that you've given the cards a really good mix, but you've still got the queen on the top and the bottom. There is one more option you could do as well, but I don't like this as much. You could just start with a random pack. You could even have the spectator shuffle them, and then as you go through the pack looking for the queens, obviously hiding this from the spectator, you can pull out the red queens, but while you're doing that, get the black queen onto the bottom. There's a red queen for them. There's the other red queen, and then just manipulate the other queen onto the top as well. Where's that? We've missed that as we've gone through. Personally, I think though probably the most convincing method that works, there's the other one, is to probably have them set them up with the queen at the top and the bottom to start, and then do some sort of fake shuffle or cut to keep them there. I think that's the best way. So then the rest of the trick after that setup is pretty much self-working. It's really easy. So you obviously say to the spectator, I'm going to start dealing the cards down onto the table. It's good to start explaining this as you've started to deal, just in case they try and be clever and quickly put it down right at the start. And tell them to put one of their red cards in at any point they want into the pack. Of course, it doesn't make any difference at all where they put their card, because wherever they put it, we're going to put the rest of the pack with the black queen on the bottom straight on top of it. We then lift the pack again and do the same again, and of course we've already got the other black queen on the bottom, so again, however far through we deal, wherever they put their red queen, we're going to be putting our black queen straight on top of it like that. So yeah, also during the performance I like to make it clear then, once they've inserted their red queens, that I'm not going to take the cards and manipulate them, because obviously they'll be thinking that somehow I'm going to manipulate their red queens, move them around in the pack. So I tell them I'm not going to do that. We'll immediately look for where they've put their red queens. Make it again a big point of being very careful to show them that I'm taking their red queen out very fairly with the card that it's facing, and also again emphasize the fact they had a free will of wherever they put their red queen. They could have put it at any point, but this is where they put them. And then this is really why I prefer calling this trick sisters, as some people do, rather than queens together, because then for the finish I think it's quite nice to say the trick's called sisters, but of course there's 4 sisters in the pack, and at that point you can reveal that they've put their red queens in right next to the black queens. Well, that's the end of my video. If you liked it, please like it and subscribe, and see you soon.